What's going on, everybody? No intro for this one. No intro. I'm not happy. I'm okay, but I'm not happy. The Giants came to play yesterday against the Washington pathetic, horribly coached, awful quarterback.
Oh, he's god awful. Oh my god.
He should be fired today. I don't know how Ron Rivera still has a job in this league as a head coach. It's over for him.
He's all
Can't
right.
stand this guy.
It's more on Howell. He is so. Remember, like the first couple of weeks, everyone was high on him. They're
Yep.
high on the enemy. They were high on Howell. Now look at him. Sucks.
This is what happens. I mean, Rivera too. There was a ton of horrible clock management yesterday. Even the last drive of the game, he had 2 timeouts left. He completely blows it at the end of the game. I'm talking as if I'm a Washington fan. It's crazy. At the end of the game, just completely mismanages the clock. He had a timeout, didn't call it, full start, 10-second run. It was the whole thing. Horrible.
I'll tell you this: those jerseys actually kind of grew on me.
They do have nice jerseys. Yeah.
I don't like them at first. Commanders. I don't know.
Yeah. So Giants win.
Who's Rodriguez? I kept saying this guy Rodriguez.
It's like that 4th string practice squad running back.
Sounds like a baseball player.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't really remember a lot of Rodriguez's playing the NFL.
No, me neither.
It just goes to show you. This is why I'm not worried just yet about where the Giants are going to be picking. Giants forced 6 turnovers against the Commanders, gave up 9 sacks as well.
Thibodeau, huh?
Thibodeau, yeah, bust. Ever since my video a few weeks ago, the guy just completely blew up. Giants forced 6 turnovers against Washington and still barely beat them. It was 6-0 in the turnover differential that game. That when you see 6-0 in the turnover differential, you're expecting like 35-17, 35-7, not barely beating them by. I mean, they won by 12 at the end of the game, but
Tommy DeVito, you see his numbers, but that was kind of all smoke and mirrors, no? That whole performance.
No, it's Washington. They got the worst pass defense in the NFL. They're awful. I never seen Giants so wide open the entire season than I did against Washington.
Barkley kind of carried that offense the second half. He kind of woke up out of nowhere.
That's what we've been saying about Barkley. He's as long as he's on the field, he has that shot to carry a game and win a couple games for this team.
But I feel like the Giants had one. They had one goal and they messed it up. Their goal was to lose, and they couldn't do that.
This is the problem. This is the problem when you cheer when you cheer for tanking. This is the problem that you run into. Coaches aren't tanking. They're coaching for their jobs. Players can't tank. They're coaching for they're playing for their livelihoods. Guys have contracts to play for. They have families to feed. They have livelihoods to worry about. They're not going to want to tank. The fans invented this whole tanking thing about losing games intentionally. It just doesn't happen.
Tommy, I'm gonna call him Tommy. He's obviously playing for a backup role, right? So he's pretty much auditioning for a second string role.
It's a great point. That's a good guy like DeVito. He's not? Why would he tank? He's trying to get a backup job in the NFL next year.
Barkley's playing for a contract. All right.
Yes, sir.
These guys are playing for contracts. It's whatever. They had the big one is this Sunday. We'll talk about it later, but it's the Tank for Caleb Williams Bowl between the Giants and the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
It's tough to say. I don't even know. The Patriots are pretty bad. You think the Giants are bad? The Patriots are pretty bad. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
But the only thing is the Belichick against the rookie quarterback thing is what
scare you a little bit.
Yeah. It's not scaring me. I don't care.
But yeah, that's a big one because these are the 2 teams that are going to be picking in the top 5 for the quarterback. The Bears are going to be there. Panthers are going to be there. So
I think it's official draft. Well, I think it's official. The Panthers are the worst team in the NFL. They are awful.
Would you draft a quarterback if you're the Panthers?
No, they can't because the Bears have their pick.
Oh, you're right. Would you draft a quarterback if you're the Bears?
I don't know. Fields doesn't look bad. I know it's crazy.
He doesn't look good either. I mean, looks whatever. He scrambles. He gets hurt.
The Bears are going to be in control of this draft. I mean, with the Panthers might not win a game the rest of the year. That pick looks like it's locked up pretty much with the Panthers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a matter of who gets that number 2 pick. And there's about 5 or 6 teams right now.
The Patriots. So it's a big game. I mean, the Patriots. They're not going with what's his name? They're not going with Mac Jones again next year, obviously.
No, I mean the Cardinals don't look. The Cardinals are very competitive. They've been competitive pretty much all year, but they bringing these teams down to the wire now with Murray in the backfield.
You drafted a quarterback for the Cardinals?
I don't think you can. I mean
You just signed this guy, yeah.
That contract is, from what I read, is untradeable.
So
you can't even trade it.
You literally have the Giants to the Patriots. Those are the two teams.
Yeah, Jets maybe if they keep this up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Maybe like the third guy, maybe after May and Williams. But I was telling a coworker today at work. We have we have Williams and May 1 and 2, but like I guess Penix is 3, right? He's like the third fringe quarterback on the board right now. But I was telling him like everything's going to change. I mean, Williams will probably still be 1, but you know how it is after the camps, after the pro days, after the East meets West game,
Senior Bowl
South game, the Senior Bowl, the Junior Bowl. After all these things, all these guys, they rise, they fall.
What you'll see now, right now, you're seeing X, Y, and Z are going to be the quarterbacks draft. By the time the draft comes, there'll be 5 to 6 quarterbacks to go in the first round. It happens every single year. There's guys we're not even like Jaden Daniels from LSU. You got JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix. You got a ton of guys that are going to sneak their way into that top 15 and then into that back end of the first round. There's too many options.
That and I was more like talking about the Drake May going second. For all you know, after all these Senior Bowls and pro days, he might go third or fourth. You might have Penix all of a sudden explode. Yeah, he might be the second guy off the board now.
That Anthony Richardson syndrome, where a team falls in love and a guy just shoots up the board when all offseason he was like fringe top 10, maybe.
So going back to the Giants, if you're missing on Caleb Williams, may not be your guy. They're not penciled in on May right now. It could be Penix, it could be JJ McCarthy, it could be anyone. So, but I really believe that if Daniel Jones, because he's not tradable till you have another year with him, right?
You got one more year, and then you can
I can really see them saying, you know what, let's give this guy another shot. They could win with him. I mean, he's not horrible. He's not Zach Wilson. They could throw him out there for another year and win.
Yeah. So if you'll indulge me for 1 minute, I've painted this scenario in my head where I'm not going to be overly upset if they somehow fall to 4 or 5, end up with like a Marvin Harrison and or an offensive lineman, and then maybe trade back into the late first round and get a quarterback. That type of scenario where you could sit behind Jones for a year. You're getting a guy that's going in the second, but you're taking a shot at him. Like that, the scenario is too far away to even be. But I'll tell you how I felt yesterday. Yesterday was the best comparison I can make for Giants fans is, you ever have a one-night stand, like with a girl or a guy?
No.
Anyway, if you have a one-night stand, you're happy. You love seeing people perform, including yourself. I was loving seeing these young guys perform. Like Thibodeau, Banks was locking down McLaurin.
He's
Barkley,
he's so good, Banks.
Barkley,
hit him.
Yeah, Barkley looked good. Lawrence looked. I mean, all the young guys that you're excited about. So you have that one-night stand yesterday. You wake up today, and you realize, oh my God, I made a huge mistake. Well, the Giants made a huge mistake. You're starting to question yourself. That's exactly how we feel.
Are you sobering up in the morning? Is that what?
Yes. Now you're sober. You had your fun last night. You watched watched all the performances in bed, on the field. You watched all the performances, and you realize today, when you wake up sober with a headache, they didn't do themselves any favors. Big picture by falling back. If you want to play devil's advocate, has there been instances in the past where teams haven't found their way to the top spot and still benefited? Chase Young being a quick example of that, where everybody wanted the Giants to lose to Washington. This is a little different because it's a quarterback, but that's kind of how I feel as I woke up today.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this. You're playing the Patriots on Sunday, you might have another one-night stand. You might get drunk again. Have a great one-night stand and wake up Monday morning saying, oh, we won again.
Well, the problem, I got the Patriots, Packers, and Saints coming up as the Giants. Those are all potential one-night stands.
Yeah, you have a busy month, man. You have a busy month before New Year's.
Yeah, so it's 6 games remaining. I'm not going to cry and panic right now. You have to wait and see where the team picks before you start. Even though we're putting out a mock draft very soon, so stay tuned for that. You have to wait and see where you pick to actually decide where the franchise is going to go. Obviously, you get the first pick, you control everything. You get the 4th or 5th, You got to be creative, and you got to hope that the guy you take at 4 or 5 is there for the next 10 years.
And worst case, you still have Daniel Jones. You could just throw out there again.
Worst case,
he's not the
yeah.
worst option. He's not Zach Wilson. He's not the worst option in the world.
No, you've seen you could win with him, like you said before. You've seen you could win with him, even in the playoffs. So you just continue to build around him, and you could always make moves the following year. I'm not going to go too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So listen, you're playing the Patriots on Sunday. Get your beer, get your beer goggles. You might have another one, man. You might have another one night stand.
Good luck, Patriots. Take him down.